There's one person that probably our students will never forget for the rest of their lives, because this person is responsible that all of you in the room acquired all these fantastic skills. Please welcome Faye on stage. Faye, I think you really deserved this applause. How do you feel now in this last day after the 15 weeks?
Yeah, I feel pretty excited. Yeah.
I think excitement describes also how the students feel tonight.
I bet so.
If you would recap and review the 15 weeks, in total, what are your highlights? What are you proud of?
Yeah. So the highlight for me is especially the community spirit we all got to experience. I think it was great to see also cross projects, collaboration, even right before the code freeze, which means the last day, technically students are allowed to keep coding on their projects. Everybody was helping each other, and that was great for me to see and experience. So I saw a lot of professionally humble people who knew their strengths and their weaknesses and were really able to support each other. And yeah, that was definitely the highlight for me, but also being able to collaborate on all these creative projects. That was great. And I guess the progress every student made every week, it was really impressive. And it kept me motivated too.
That's really, really cool to hear. I think Faye really deserved a big applause. Faye, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, are you ready for the real fun part of this evening? Awesome, great. Before we are getting started, let me share you something very personal. I'm not a musician at all, so you could give me a guitar or piano, I would fail hard. But there's Jakub in the room, and he can show you that it seems so easy creating music with your browser. Jakub.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Jakub, I'm from Poland, and I want to share with you the project that I've been working on recently. I love music. Probably it's one of my biggest passions, and not just listening, but also creating in my spare time in a variety of ways and instruments. But my favorite instrument is the Akai MPC, which you can see on the slide. This is like a classic drum machine sampler, popularized in the 90s, mostly for the hip-hop music, but it won the heart of a lot of musicians, and now it's widely used by any genres and a lot of musicians in the entire world. But a problem with this is that it's, first of all, it's expensive. Second, it's pretty hard to learn how to use it. You need to spend a lot of time, and that gave me the idea actually to put this hardware tool to the online app. That's why I made Syncing Beats, which you can see. order to really combine those two things. That's why I made the buttons for the samples and the sequencer for beat, which makes it way more easier to play the full track basically. So let's start from the buttons. We have 12 different buttons for the samples that we can demonstrate how to play. We can make it a bit louder maybe. Let's see. Oh yeah. And you have the separate volume slider for the buttons. If the beat is too loud, you can just put it down or put it up. And let's talk about the sequencer. There's 7 different sounds. There's the drum section. Let's say there's a clap, 2 hi-hats, 2 snare, and 2 kick drums. You can check on the buttons as we're doing right now, and every sound represents the line of the sequencer. And let's maybe create some simple beat to present how this is actually working. So the loop is continuously going till you're stopping it, and you can really create while playing also, and it's I think a lot of fun. Yeah, okay. So on the bottom you can see the turntables, like the really hip-hop cultural thing. You cannot scratch it there yet, but I'm gonna work on it. No, don't stop it. You can also, what you see below the turntable, it's like the control panel just for the sequencer, so you can change the tempo. For example, yeah, you can change the volume. And you can add some swing to this, makes the beat a bit more alive. Yeah, and also the other features, which is cool, I thought that the artists really need to have a personalized experience, and that's why you can put your own sounds into those buttons, whichever you want. It can be WAV or MP3, and you can just upload it as easy as that. And yes, and now you can play it, and you can have totally different smooth vibe to it, and jazzy if you prefer that style of hip hop. So let's put the samples to the default. There's also another feature that it's recording. You can record it, but this I will show you by myself by playing live some beats that hopefully will be good and enjoyable for you. And thank you very much, and stay in touch, stay in tune. Sorry, because I'm gonna for sure make it bigger and more functions, and I hope you will enjoy it. thinkinbeats.com. Remember. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Erick. I'm a bass player. I live in Herrenhut.
Hi, my name is Jos, and I'm a singer and guitarist from Hanover.
Hello, my name is Michael. I play the drums and I live in Berlin. So Jos, Erick and I, we just decided to form a band together. Guys, should we get started with our first song?
Yeah, actually, I've already worked on some ideas. I've uploaded them on Google Drive. Maybe I can send you the link on WhatsApp. Maybe we can do a group there.
Yeah, Google Drive is not really my thing. I actually prefer to use Dropbox.
Yeah, for me, I think Google Drive will work, but WhatsApp will be a problem. I only use Telegram.
Okay, maybe we can just sort all of this out on our first band practice. I've already set up an Apple Calendar. I've added Michael already, but I think I still need your Apple ID, Eric.
Yeah, I don't use Apple. I'm only on Android.
Yeah, this sucks. We have all these collaborative tools, apps, and clouds that are supposed to help us work together as a band. But in the end, they just become another headache to sort out who uses what and set it up and maintain it. That's why we created Backliner. Backliner is sort of a centralized workflow app for bands so that they can focus on what they do best, making awesome music.
All right, let's actually take a look at the product that we've created. So we go to backliner.app, and as you can see on there, you can, well, either sign up or sign in with Google. We'll do that right now. And then you land on a check-in page, so to say, and that is kind of a band space overview. So on the top right side, you have two buttons. One is to add a new band and the other one is to sign out. On the left side, you can see your own little avatar from Google. And below that, you have all of the existing band spaces that you're part of. So in this case, it's one band space. And below that, you have a backliner ID, which is kind of like a unique user ID, which will be used to add people to band spaces. We will see that later on though. So let's actually go ahead and add a new band. So we click on add band, we type in a band name. So something like cool band, we click on add. And then we see that it shows up right below the one that we already had. Let's click on cool band to check out what comes next. So this is the overview of an existing band space, and I would just briefly talk a bit about the interface. So on the left side, you see projects, which kind of can be songs or albums. Below that, you have lyrics for lyric files, something for audio files, you have video files, and then you just have files, which is kind of anything that doesn't really belong to the rest. Could be something like cover art, for example. Then you have a calendar and settings, but we'll actually get to see all of these features later. Right, again, you have these buttons. So at the left side, it's basically the button to go back to your band spaces. Right next to it is a logout button again, and right next to that, you have the possibility to chat with your band members in your own band space chat room, so to say. And projects can be albums or just songs, basically. And yeah, let's just go ahead and actually create a new project. So we click on new item. You have the option to customize it a bit. You can put colors for the song if you want, or for the album. And then you click on add. So basically now we can see we've created our first song. It's called My Song. It's a very creative one. And it's still missing something. For example, it's missing lyrics. So let's go to the lyrics page and just click on new item as you've seen before. And there you are. So as you can see, we also integrated a full lyrics editor. You don't need to go to Google and write it there. You can basically just write your own lyrics right in there. So we just add a title, we add the lyrics, sing, sing, sing. And at the bottom, you can then assign the song or the album that you've just created. And you click on save. So when you go back to projects now, you will see that something has changed, and My Song basically has a new file, which is a lyrics file, which we've just created. But creating everything from scratch would be a bit of a hassle, so let's go back to our band space overview and go into the Puffy Jiggles, which is actually the band we just formed. So as you can see, we've already been working a bit together as a band. We created a few things. Here we have 3 songs. The first one is Today I Met a Butterfly. It's more of a love song, I would say. Then we have Blood is in the Air. It's a bit like post-hardcore, so to say. And of course we have Straight Outta Herrnhut, which is inspired by Erick, which goes a bit into the hip-hop direction. Let's just go into Today I Met a Butterfly. And here you really just start seeing the benefits of this. We don't have these get-it-around tools that you need to check. You don't have to go into 5 different pages to find the right files. You basically have everything sorted where it belongs. Just one click on the song and you see everything. But maybe we should check out some of the lyrics we have here.
So as you can see, I've already noted down some ideas for our love ballad, and I thought I'll take a topic, like I want to sing about something that I truly love, which is sweets. And below in the comment section, I added a message to my bandmates asking them for feedback on this. And so our user Jigglypuff, they're not as much of a sweet tooth as I am, so they're going to let me know now that they're going to edit some things. And so now they click on edit and they can edit the lyrics. So maybe they don't like the second line, they don't like cookies for whatever reason. And so they just cross it out instead of just deleting it so I can review it later. And then we click on save. And so now it's there for me to review later and fight them on it.
Yes, so now we're gonna go into our audio section because we would like to check what we have there. And one of our new beat makers in the house has already uploaded something, so let's click on it and check it out. As you can see, we have an embedded player, so if we click play, sounds really cool, sounds familiar. This is Jakub. You can see his name there as he has added. It's a pretty nice beat. So I would go to the comments section and Jigglypuff approves. I'm gonna be like, this is amazing, this is cool, I really like it. And we click submit. Nice. Let's check out what videos we have uploaded so far for our band. So for one of our projects, like Blood is in the Air, we're gonna check this pair, which is one of the music videos that we have uploaded. We click play. Sounds pretty dark, pretty nice, pretty cool. Nice, really cool. So let's go to the comment and just write something like, open up this pit. And click on submit. Nice, nice. So now we can go into our files. Files are basically everything else that doesn't fit these categories like lyrics, audio, and video. And here we just upload anything that we need to link externally as well. So for example, our finances, the spreadsheet of our finances. So we can click on the link that's there, and it will open our band finances. Here we can see the things that we have spent and the things that we own and so on. So now let's open up our chat and see if we have any messages that have arrived. Yeah, it looks like we have some message there talking about our next practice because we have an upcoming gig. So it seems like everyone agrees, and Jigglypuff seems to agree as well that the 14th would work for everyone to practice. Nice. So now let's check into our settings. There we scroll down and we see that our Google Calendar has already been linked, has already been connected. So let's go into it, into calendar. Let's maybe refresh our page. And there we have it. That's our calendar. We can see our upcoming gigs, everything that's, the overview of our band. And now we want to add our new event, since Jigglypuff has agreed for practice time on the 14th. And we add it. And it immediately appears on our calendar. And the cool part as well is that it's actually really synced with your Google Calendar. So if you have your Google Calendar set up in any of your devices, it will be up to date and in sync with that as well. So now we have received a new request of a new band member who's going to join us. We've been looking for a new bass player. So let's go into settings and check out the band members that we currently have. And our upcoming bass player has already sent us their user ID that we have seen initially. And we add it. And there it is, our new bass player, Faye, in the house.
So, as we're coming to an end with our presentation, there's just a couple of things that we would like to share with you. And that's basically go to backliner.app, start using it. It's out there, it's free, it's amazing. It's not the end yet. We will start adding more features. It's just great to get the creative process started and really focus on the music. And last but not least, we would just like to thank our instructor, our badge, and basically everyone who's listened. Thank you for being here.
So I would kindly ask you to answer questions from the chat. Are you ready to take it?
From our chat?
Actually, it's from the live audience. So, fairly easy. Have you thought about a light mode?
Never. No, actually, we did think about a light mode, and I hope my group members are not going to kill me for it, but it will be one of these things that we will implement in the near future.
And I think there's a potential band asking if it will be available at some point on mobile.
Yeah, it's totally responsible and available on mobile right now. So we could check it out. Let's just open our inspector. Let's log in first. We can open our inspector and go, for example, into the mobile view. Yeah, so it's fully responsive and it works right now, so use it.
Great, thanks. Big applause. Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. Michael, thank you so much. Erick, thank you. Wow, so many music projects. I should use them. Is there maybe anyone on stream or sitting here working in chemistry or in a chemistry lab? 1, 2, 3, 4 on stream. Let's check the chat afterwards. But wouldn't it be nice to have an easy way to print labels for dangerous stuff in this industry? Welcome, Neo and Bruno.
Thank you. So I am Bruno.
I'm Neo.
And we are going to present Click Your Print. It's a label maker website that we designed with using React and the library drag and drop, and also Material Y. So people ask me why we decided to do a label maker. What is the importance of making a label? And the thing is, me and Neo, we both have experience working in a lab. And as a student, we usually, when we start the project, start labeling our components and chemicals. And when we did that, we just did it with paper and pencil because it was the easy way to go. And because of that, afterwards, when you finish your project and you have to, put it in the trash to people who has to clean the lab, didn't know what it was. And this is very dangerous for the lab because you have to know what are you mixing and what you shouldn't mix. So we thought about making a solution and how to help in this, how to help the students. So
thank you, Bruno. So, of course, there's a conventional way or available solution for this. It's this one printer, one computer, one software in this little tiny corner, no one touch, lots of spiders. Takes forever to start the program, and in the end, you're just like, okay, I'm not gonna bother. So usually you just decided to take the easy way out, because we are really lazy most of the time, to just do the normal conventional way. So we decided to create this app based on like 3 keywords, which we follow throughout our whole coding experience, is fast, simple, and flexible. As long as it's simple, fast, and flexible, I'm pretty sure there's not much of a reason not to do it, right? That's what we hope. So let's not wait anymore and have a look at our website.
So as you can see, as Neo said, actually, we wanted to do it very fast, very simple, and people like very intuitive. Like people will see it and know what to do. So as you can see, when you enter the website, it's just like compile whatever chemical you want to put. So in this case, we're going to use the salt from the common salt, the table salt. So for that, not many of you may not know, but it's sodium chloride is the common salt. So we're going to add that. And then we are going to add what is the chemical formula, that is the NaCl. And as you can see, the label in the preview is already being compiled. You can see already that the label next to you in the right side is already been completed. So let's continue, and as a description, you can put just this table salt and just that. Now the name, we are going to use our favorite professor name, Faye, and the email, just her email, favorite Pokemon, and yeah, thank you. So now we're going to add the date, which is really important for every component to know when it's going to expire, when it's going to explode, or whatever is going to happen. So let's add that. And now the NFPA index is very important to know what is your chemical very flammable, or is very dangerous for yourself, or it's very explosive, or it's reacted with water. So let's compile that. And finally, there is the warning, the hazard symbols, which are also important to say. It's very easy for people to see whatever is going to happen with your component. So as you can see now, it's done. It's like we have the label, it's already there. So it's very simple. It took like 30 seconds to get it. So now we're going to save it. And it's in our collection. So now if you want to add a new one, you can press the plus button in there and add whatever information you want. Or if you don't think you need another one, you just can delete that one. Also, whenever you need to edit one that you think you write wrong the component or you write wrong your email, you can also press the edit button. And yep. So for example, your email was wrong. So now for the next step, which is going to be the preview, we're going to add a new one. Let's think that we are going to print 2 labels. So we're going to add an acid, which is a common component that we use in the lab. And let's save it. So now Nia is going to explain how to proceed with the preview. So Nia.
Okay, thank you, Bruno. So once you have all the first part ready, creating the label, let's go to the second part, which is to actually print it. Yes, please press the preview. Okay, so as you can see on the right side, these are 2 labels that you just created. Okay, so with the same principle again, fast, simple, and flexible, we want to make the print process as flexible as possible and as well as fast. So we highly recommend that you get this A4 size sticker paper that you can just Google for it or buy it at any stationery shop. The best size we would recommend is the 2x4 grid. It's the perfect size to have all the information fit in there, big enough, and also not too big for every apparatus in the laboratory, of course. So as you can see, the print grid represent the A4 paper that you're going to print. And flexible, keep in mind, you can reuse the paper again if you do not want to print 8 today. You just want to print 1. Okay, so simple and fast would be the next function that we implement, drag and drop. So you can drag the label to any grid that you want to print, being flexible, so you can reuse the paper again. If you made a mistake, you can just drag the one that you want over it, so it would just replace. And then you realize, I already used the first grid, and now I just want it to be empty. So you can delete it and leave it empty. Okay? So just drag around whatever you want, as many as you want, and press print. So on this section, you can see it's already generated for you. So you can choose to either print it directly or save it as PDF. Maybe you don't have a printer here right now. You want your course mate or your supervisor or whoever who's in the lab right now to print. Just save it as PDF, send it to them, and then they can just print it. As fast as that. So I think we've come. I hope it's easy, fast, and flexible for you to use. And all these scientists out there, you have no reason to be lazy anymore. Okay?
Yeah, you cannot not use this one.
Yes.
So I thank you for everyone. I thank Faye for teaching us all this time. I thank Neo for being my companion. She was super nice sometimes. I also want to say thank you to Axel, which also was very helpful for us, and to my brothers and my family also. So thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome. Maybe for everyone not coming from this industry, what's the most dangerous thing? And it's a question from the audience. What's the most dangerous thing in a chemistry lab?
Woman? No.
We will cut this out.
That's okay. No, actually, it's a very dangerous thing. The base. Bases are really dangerous because you don't feel it when they burn you. You don't feel anything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yes.
Big applause. Thank you. Leo, thank you so much. Bruno, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. If COVID-19 was showing us one thing, then the thing that as a society we are not really prepared for online learning, which is why I'm really proud to see one initiative from our students, which is called RThree Academy. Welcome on stage.
Hello everyone, I'm Radhika and I'm from India.
Hello, yeah, and I'm Richard and I'm from Great Britain.
Hello, my name is Rania, I'm from Germany and we are RThree Academy.
You know, we are from different countries and we have different background and we have seen different educational management systems in our countries. But then we all have someone who is a teacher in our family, so that was our idea behind creating this app was during COVID times when educational institutions had to take a major step to bring in something where student and teacher interaction or activities could increase. So we thought of creating something wherein teacher can configure her notes and submit and give to students, and students can also interact with teachers and also book an appointment, also approach her for self-assessment. So just let us get into our product. you can see we have sign up for teacher and login for students. Sign up for teacher would be when teacher wants to create her profile and want it be seen by students. Our main concentration right now would be to look at students' view. Considering I'm a student, let's log in. So I have credentials given by my teacher. So I have email ID and password. Let's log in. You can see you can see Richard's picture there. He considers himself as one of the naughtiest child of a yeah, this is your current course, and you can see learn there, wherein a teacher can configure her material which students have to look into. Richard will show you later how it is done using Contentful. There is review and test, wherein students can submit the test and then it is later reviewed by teacher. If you want to play, there is also there in our app. It's also there in our app. And method is something wherein, like, I at least like music playing when I am reading. It really keeps me calm and focused. So we can play some music. And it's playing in the background, and I'll go to learn. Richard.
Okay, so we can then go to the learn process, and let's do English for naughty children. Okay, here. So we can go to part 1, yeah, because I'm just a beginner, so I need to learn a bit. So maybe the content's not quite so important here, but we go through part 1. Okay, and at the bottom we have the possibility here, after we've learned all this useful information, to activate our knowledge, yeah? So it's not just learning, this is what we've learned here at the Academy as well. We need to activate our knowledge, we need to do some programming, not just watch videos on the internet. So here we have possibilities to review and test. These are question-answer pairs, essentially, and we can go to here, Snap. If you remember ever a child, maybe you played this with your family here. Okay, and we can find out what pairs are possible here. Okay, and we can go through, and sometimes we find a pair. Okay, so, and just to show that we have other review and test games. Okay, review and test, the one above. Okay, what's the importance of this is we can configure them ourselves, we can put in the data. Much to the angst of our teacher, I filled this out only 30 minutes ago. Okay, so we go to review and test. Okay, and we can learn the question-answer pairs here. Okay, maybe we also want to go on and then do some playing as well. Okay. Okay, and we have various things here. What we can also integrate into our system here is commercial offerings here, spelling bee, fast English. Okay, we notice that it's faster than yarn. Here are fast English, but we'll go and play the two at the top. Okay, so we can look here, matching questions. Yeah, again, it's a kind of snap game. You have to match the question and the answer. Okay. Okay, and we can match the other ones. Then we come here also to the other play game. We can do what's called spell shop. Okay, again, naughty for naughty children. There's various words, and we can have a go at just shooting them, just to alleviate maybe some boredom, but still we're learning something. And some people could be better at shooting. And we can see some other games forming here. However, we also may want to learn about some new words, and I will pass you on to Rania.
So our student is totally hooked up into in the gaming mode, but he's an avid learner and he wants to learn more in this dictionary, and he decides to make a research about the word learn. So as a result, we have a list which he can study, and then in the end of the list, he can also listen to the word.
Learn. Learn.
So since he's a really good student and he wants to improve his notes, his grades, he goes over to Thesaurus and types in again the word learn and goes for further research. But still, he needs the connection with the teacher and decides to book an appointment. So now he has a selection of different dates. The one who are colored are already picked, and he decides for a free space and types in a message and confirms it. Amazing. Now the appointment is booked. And now Richard is going to show you a content management system called...
Yep. Okay, now we're going on to the content management system. What does this mean? This means that we make our application useful for non-geeks. Okay, we can easily add in information here. Here's all the possible games that we have. However, we'll try filling the one at the top. Okay, so why do we use this system? It's just because of ease of use. However, what we want is some words for fun. So I'm from Great Britain. We like audience interaction. So can we have some words for fun from the audience? Coding. Coding, there we are. There's one. Table tennis, okay. Is there any more? Vodka. Vodka. Any more? Any more from the staff? Entertainment, there we are. Okay. Karaoke. Ah. Yeah, that's a difficult word to spell. No problem. It's okay. Now we can publish it. And what we hope to do is go back to the app and see that it's there. In the play. And there we have it. We've already got the words in, it's ready to use, the teacher configured it for themselves, and we can shoot table tennis. Radhika.
Yes, we are definitely gonna work to make it more better and make it downloadable for all small scale teachers or some educational institutes. Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to provide a platform where teachers can interact with students, and on our way we had a lot of feedback and we are very happy to get so much help from batch 5, from the WBS, and also our family members. And thank you to all of you.
We'd also like to thank Faye for supporting us. Yes, thank you.
Great. To all the learners and teachers, please reach out to these wonderful 3 people if you would like to enhance your learning experience for your hard learners. Thank you so much. Richard, thank you. Thank you. Radhika, thank you so much. I mean, I told you in the very beginning that I'm a very bad musician, which is why for me it's even harder to believe that it's possible to create music with single lines of code. Please show us AlgoJam.
Good evening. I must have been a rapper in my previous life because every time someone hands me a mic, I just want to rap. Cool. Hey, my name is Dirk Bosman. I'm originally from South Africa, but I've been residing in Berlin for about 5 years now. Yeah, Berlin is the city of techno. So, but before we get into the underground of the techno scene, I just want to tell you a personal story. So when I was in high school, I managed to stumble onto a mixtape. Believe it or not, the mixtapes existed, and through a friend of a friend. And on this mixtape was a narrator which went over simple drum patterns, and as he went over it, you could learn how these drum patterns worked. I didn't know it back then, but it was really the start and of understanding algorithms, simple patterns, music algorithms. And so, as time goes on, I learned to refine and learn how to practice these beats, not only in my head, but on my mother's cooking pans and pots. And yeah, it was clunky, but super magical. And I also managed to get a summer job and scraping money to buy my own drum set, and eventually got better and better at drums, as well as driving my neighbors nuts. But hey, I was in heaven and had a really fun time. Fast forward a couple of years, and I eventually ended up with another tool, this time in the digital sphere, called Sonic Pi. So Sonic Pi was really my first introduction into algorithmic algorithmic composition, and it was created by this wonderful guy called Sam Aaron. And so I can talk a lot about it, but I think let me show you more how the tool looks like. So it's really a window into making music with code. And the person on the live chat that wanted white mode, here's your white mode. So, okay, can we play the beat, please? So, and the music volume. Is it playing? Yeah, maybe press stop first. Okay, and play again. So, yeah, the volume needs to go up. Please. Sorry, we're just having some technical difficulties here. Okay, so let's start with a blank canvas. So basically, I would just say delete everything, and like any artist, you have to start somewhere, a blank canvas. And so one night I was having this blank canvas and I had a writer's block. I was really wanting to get into the code, but I wanted to create a specific beat in techno because I was in Berlin. So this is why I created AlgoJam. AlgoJam consisted or tries to solve three problems. Search, submission through open source contribution, and lastly, storage. So searching music beats according to genre specifics, like techno. Submission, I wanted to give back to the open source community by creating this and making some like the beats available, as well as allowing people to store their content or the beats that they really like, so that they can continually return to the beats as they get better and as they find new code that was published by the community. Let's get back to coding and let's create our own beat. So we want to create techno. So let's search techno. Great. So there's 3 items. Let's scroll to the bottom. And so any techno beat starts with a great hook as an intro. So let's listen to that. Okay, so the volume, please. Techno needs to be hard and I need to feel the bass. Otherwise it's not techno, right? Great. So as wonderful as this sounds, I don't think it classifies as a nice intro. Let's go maybe to the second one. Let's listen to that. Okay, nice. Now I feel the beat. Okay, so not there yet. Maybe the last one. Cool. Great. That's an awesome one. So let's do the show code, please. And we copy the piece of code because every sound is mapped to a code, and we want to use that in Sonic Pi. So pray to the demo gods this work. So good. So yeah, this is a problem. So can you maybe restart Sonic Pi, please? That's the glorious thing of working with software. Something always fails somewhere down the line, but it's okay. That's the creator, Sam Aaron. Sam, if you're listening, thank you. Great. So yeah, you can cancel that and maybe paste now. Is it working? Okay, awesome. Great. So the screen is sleeping, by the way. Okay, great. So that's the first intro of the beat. Let's find another add-on to the beat, and let's go back to Algo Jam, to the second beat, please. Yeah, that sounds cool. So let's show the code and copy that as well. Great. And so go back to Sonic Pi, and then paste it at the very bottom. Awesome. Okay, so let's have a look and play. Yeah. See, the two code beats match together, and it's super chaotic, exactly what techno is about. So I know it sounds a bit geeky, but it's really, I think there's a huge potential for live coding in the future. I almost see that people, if the whole Corona thing blows over, that we have like a massive group of crowd, and the live coder streams is code on a massive building while people just jam in the background. So if you are listening and you want to do this, please commit to the code base. I would love to have it. So that basically solves the first problem, searching for great beats. Secondly, we want to go into submission. As my commitment to the open source community, Algo Jam is completely open source. And by every code snippet that you copy, there's a URL at the bottom which takes you to GitHub. Just, yeah, copy that and paste it into the browser. Thank you. So this is the open source repo which people then use to commit code to. As you can see, there's Sonic Pi. The beats that you just saw is exactly what sits behind these files. And as the community grows, more files get uploaded, and continually it gets built automatically towards the Algo Jam domain. So it's really automated in this sense. Then lastly, I want to tackle the storage thing, or storage problem. So you came to the site and you really liked, let's say for instance, filtered drum and bass. And so let's click on the bookmark item there. And it, James Bond. James Bond likes Sonic Pi too. Okay, so just go back and please bookmark it. Yeah, great. And maybe the second one as well, great. And we see it's updated automatically in your bookmark feed. So it really becomes a list of your favorite beats. On the side, you can also see some useful statistics that was generated by the backend to show what the community likes. So the more people use the site and bookmark their own beats, it gets updated. So this becomes kind of like a zeitgeist for the code beats. And then finally, I guess I can have just a quick chat about similar beats. So this is my version of a recommendation for audio. So as people search the website and they really stumble onto a nice beat based on the tags that they use for search, I would also want to recommend them similar jams or code beats at the bottom. So these are essentially generated by audio features. So if you open show or click on show code for me, please, you can see each audio in my audio sound pool. I ran over with a script, and I classify each one of them based on these features, such as BPM or crossing rate, and they kind of get a stamp and say, okay, this is your identity. And by doing this, I can use a clustering algorithm to detect which ones are closest to each other. Essentially, it's a nearest neighbor or approximation of a nearest neighbor. By doing that, I can actually calculate the closest two pairs. And yeah, for the user that searches the site, it's super useful because you like a beat and you would like to see similar beats, kind of like what Amazon did with their recommendation system. Yeah, and that kind of brings me to the end of my presentation. Just in conclusion, I really wanted to, or my hope was, that AlgoJam essentially becomes like this mixtape for me that I used back then to guide my thinking around patterns or learning, just to experiment. So hopefully someone out there would also find this super helpful. If you do, please contribute to the code base. I'm always, it really inspires developers or just creators that if people contribute, it's a really nice thing because they know it's useful by your contributions. Yeah, and then I want to say happy birthday to my sister. It's her birthday today. And then also thank you, Faye, for the immense amount of time and effort and patience you've put into this project and other projects as well. It's been really fantastic. And yeah, I'm going to miss you guys. Thank you.
Dirk, so now imagine that I somehow learned to play the guitar, I somehow learned to play the piano, and if I'm at some point in 20, 30 years are able to play music with code, will I be able to use this on mobile?
Oh yeah, so the nice thing is it's already mobile friendly. I mean, you can always optimize, but essentially if you want to... Sorry, the mic again, I want to rap. Okay. So maybe me and Jakub can do some performance afterwards. Yeah. So if you want to go to the mobile view, thank you very much. There's a person behind the scene, and she's really doing a great job tonight. Thank you. Yeah, so essentially it's already mobile friendly, and I mean, I would hope to see way more items being added to the feed, and yeah, and if you want to click on the burger menu, you can also see something like bookmarks. Yeah, there's your bookmarks and features and things like that. Okay.
Great, Dirk. Thank you so much. Cool. Awesome. Great. Dirk, thank you. Unfortunately, we are coming to an end, but we have one last project, and I think it would be nice to have some kind of a possibility to store all of these awesome projects, having a database to access any kind of project in the future. Again, Justin, please show us what you built.
1-2 Polizei, hello. Yeah, hello, I'm Justin. Yeah, we have already seen quite some awesome projects tonight. I really love all of them. I really hope also my project can really contribute to them and stand a chance next to all of them. That's really awesome. I really love them. Let me say it again. And yeah, so building projects is also just a really good way to learn how to code, to get into the general mindset of being a developer and learning a particular skill, language, or tool. It's also really great because you, at the end of the process, you can share your project and get feedback from your friends, learn from it, maybe someone will collaborate with it. But you can also inspire others to do their own stuff, and that's why coding projects are really just so awesome after all. And that is why I wanted to give them a platform, because not everyone has an audience for his project, or people who are interested in it and who can give feedback for it. And that is really a bummer, because yeah, really they are so awesome and they all deserve a platform. So that's why I built Joy of Code. And let's scroll through some of them. Second Beats, Academy, Shibo. Oh, backliner. Well, let's see some more. Let's click on the dots to see some more. Twitter clone. We're here. Oh, a meme generator. No, maybe we want to see even more. Okay, Ultimate TikTok-tone. Nice. A day planner. Interesting. Okay, well, was an Academy app on the top. Let's check that one out. Nice. Okay, we are still logged in. I mean, it's the same computer, that's why that happens. But otherwise, you guys will just see this. So, yeah, but we already know that one, so let's go back to the page. Okay, sync and beats, interesting. Let's click on the project image to go to the page. 5 likes, damn. It's really cool. Like music, I love the colors. Yeah, the colors are really great, actually. Let's check out its GitHub repository. I want to learn from it, because my coding, my UI itself, it can be really horrible actually at times. And it uses NPM. I got a feedback, like I personally prefer Yarn, it's faster generally. So maybe you guys want to use Yarn, but let's go back to Joy of Code. Okay, yeah, let's go back to the home. Okay, cool. Yeah, already quite some cool projects over here, but one is missing, and we actually just saw one that is extremely cool from my dear friend Dirk, and I would really love to see this on this page. So Dirk, please come over, and we want to add your project.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cool. It's cool that you're here. How do you feel?
Cool. Yeah, so in general, I mean, I want to get my my app out there and reach a certain audience. So let's get started.
Yeah, log in.
Cool. Yeah, I've just got this really nice email.
Cool, really cool email. Moment of truth.
Yeah, so the first thing is I want to post my project.
Yeah, let's do that. What was its name? What was its
name? Oh
yeah,
AlgoJam. Thanks.
Okay, its URL. Ah, it's still there. Nice, cool. Yeah, let's link it, and we can actually make a screenshot of it. Let's do that. It works with AWS
awesome.
And Puppeteer and some SDK. It's really cool. When you want to do something like this, use Puppeteer.
I find it also very helpful because essentially I don't need to go to my computer to take a screenshot of it. It's just there. So that really saves me time.
Okay. How would you describe your project?
Yeah, I would say hashtag retrosynth probably. Retro synth.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's actually an H1 tag now because it's Markdown, and that's how Markdown formats. The MD there stands for Markdown. That's my UI design actually. And yeah, the GitHub link, we can do that later. You can just update it. What technologies did you use?
Cool. So yeah, React is already pre-selected. Let's go to Python. Great. SQL and maybe GraphQL.
GraphQL is great. I used it myself.
Nice. These Facebook guys are listening.
Okay,
he's
yeah.
a good coder.
Yeah, hire me. No, description tags. Like what tags would you add to your project?
Okay, cool. I guess music is good. So we can take out the planning one. And just leave it at music.
Okay, then I guess we can just post it now.
Cool.
And share it.
All up in the interwebs.
Let's view it. Cool. Then yeah, let's just comment and like it while we're at it, right?
Sweet.
Maybe just say something, I don't know.
Yeah, give me some feedback. I think this app is also super useful for feedback, so I
Definitely,
would like some feedback.
I guess it's already there, you just need to scroll. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing your app.
Sweet.
Really nice.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, another cool project on my side. As you might have heard from my enthusiasm about projects, I've built quite some of them on my own. So maybe just go to the homepage, scroll a little bit down, and maybe we see the name Justin at some point there. Yeah, there it is. So maybe we just want to click on that and go to my user page. Let's scroll to the top. And there they are. Great, cool. Yeah. When you now like maybe the style of a creator, a certain user, and you want to check out a bunch of their projects, you can just click on the name and go to the user page, as you have just seen. But if you want updates on them, maybe look what I've done in the future, then you also could just bookmark the site and revisit it later. There will probably be some kind of follow feature in the future, but right now it isn't there. So these are the current features of the app. I really love how it's done, how it generally works, and I really want to thank Neo and also Faye for giving me advice on the UI and the UX. Otherwise, it really looked very different. I'm not sure if I would have liked to show you. I was also a bit insecure. I didn't post a link to some of my friends even just as soon as it got that update. And yeah, really thank you for that. Also thank you for my family at home for chatting with me, keeping me up to date, and having the connection. I also like to thank the Jaguar players in Berlin. It's had a really nice time with them, and yeah, happy to be here. Sad that it's going to be over soon, and just thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Justin. I think what we learned is that being a software developer does not necessarily mean that you're also UX UI designer, which is totally fine, because Justin's code is really awesome if you look into the code. So Justin, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm a bit sad whenever the demo day comes to an end, because I could enjoy watching these projects all night long. I think in general, all of you deserved a very big applause for all this effort. Really awesome job. Great. Celebrate yourselves. You really deserved. So if there was any company, any partner watching the stream, please, if you're interested in hiring one of these smart students, please get in touch with us. We are very happy to create the connections. So drop us an email. We are looking forward to that. And to all the people on stream, if you would like to getting updates on all the next events, please make sure to follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch. The next demo day will happen in exactly a month here in Berlin again. So have a nice evening, everyone. See you next month.